Ready? Everybody quiet down.
All right. So first off, I'm Tyler. I'm also very high tech, like Michael's dad. And given the applause that he got, I'm also Michael's father. So thank you. All right. So first off, I'd really like to thank Michael and Bree for letting me be a part of your day tonight. And then secondly, it was a good choice. I heard that. Secondly, I'd like to thank all of you out here in the crowd because I know you have many choices when it comes to listening to wedding speeches, and I appreciate your business. And since I know you have no choice but to listen to me run my gumps, I'm going to keep this as brief as I can. But then for the good stuff, right? The reason we're all here to hear embarrassing facts about Michael's early childhood. Alright, I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to do that today. I can't do that to him, but instead, I'm going to give you both some advice from my brief one-year experience as a married man in the Army. So here's 6 things I learned in my first year. Place each other first. There will be times when the Army will seemingly come first. Don't let it consume you. The Army's temporary, but your relationship is forever. 2, be each other's biggest supporters. Once again, don't let the Army define you and dictate who you are and who you'll become. Follow your dreams, both professional and personal. Money is not something to compete over. You both are a team working together to bring it home. Don't go to sleep mad at each other, especially if you're apart. This one is pretty self-explanatory, right? But we'll come to realize that most of these quote-unquote fights are really over nothing at all. Don't forget about mom and dad, because take the time to give them a call. They still want to hear from their kids every now and again.
Yeah.
And most importantly, love each other like it's the last time you'll ever be together.
Yes.
Our job is inherently dangerous, and unfortunately, you never know when the day might come that you won't be able to do this. You can't overuse I love you, and you need to make sure you go beyond just the words. Show each other in your own unique ways. I'm sorry.
Go Tyler! Yeah, Tyler! Get it!
But a best man speech just wouldn't be complete without a quick story about Michael and my friendship, right? Yeah! Still not embarrassing, but I'm going to tell it anyway.
Yeah!
So, we met when we were 6 years old, and when I was that age, I was, and I still am, fairly introverted, for those of you who actually know me. I could go hours without talking to anyone, be just fine. I would consider Michael to be exactly the opposite. That kid had some spunk, all right? I had no social skills. I was afraid of the baseball. And pretty much I was an L7 weenie. But as we grew up, and he went on to do his Who What nonsense at NIMI, played baseball at APU, and I went to that school up at the South Hudson Institute of Technology, SHIT, as you may know, that school that beat Navy this past December and will do so again this coming December. I heard that. That wasn't funny. You can leave anytime. Anyway, back to where I was. But we could go months without seeing each other. And when we eventually did, it was like no time had passed at all. That's the kind of friendship we have. And since that time in Conejo Valley Little League, we've been through a ton. Through the huge highs, extreme lows. By the time we were 13, we'd been on over 10 teams together and spent pretty much every waking moment with each other out of school, even if I never invited you over myself. Thanks, Mom. And but if there's one thing that really brought us close, it was the unfortunate loss of a friend. And I know if James were here, Michael, he'd be immensely proud of all you've done and all you continue to do. And I know that if he had met Bree, he'd feel the exact same way I do. Is that she's perfect for you. Sorry, everyone. And in closing, I wish you all the best in this life. And that me and Dev, and then my son can be a part of your life.